Samuel Johnson said, "Nothing will ever be attempted if all possible objections must first be overcome." And in sales, we know that no matter what the situation is, we're going to have conversations with our clients, and they're going to have a reason to wait, a reason to pause, a reason to not buy right now. And it's important for us to be able to deal with these objections. And I don't say overcome objections, because I don't know that they can be overcome, but we do need to deal with them and help the customer, the client, to be able to deal with those objections as well. Now, there's a number of reasons, deeper reasons than the customer will tell us of why they have objections. Those reasons are things like, "I don't really trust you," or "You missed something important," or "I don't understand what the value you're bringing to me is," or "I really have a relationship with another vendor," or "I don't really have the authority to do this at this point." These are all reasons that they have, but they're not always the reasons that they'll tell us. But there are 4 reasons or 4 objections that they will tell us. And those 4 major objections that we want to deal with today are cost, timing, passing the buck, and I'm satisfied. Cost, timing, passing the buck, and I'm satisfied. Well, the number one we want to start with, of course, is cost. That's the most obvious one. It's the one we hear the most often, and it's the one our customers are best at, right? We always run into the cost objection. Why is that? Well, to tell you the truth, it's our customer's job to object to the cost. It's their job to get what we're going to give them, the services, the goods we're going to give them. If they can get it at a lower cost, if we'll drop our price, well, why not do it? So the first thing we want to do if we're met with that cost objection is that we want to get them focused not on the price, not on the number, but we want them focused back on the value. What does this mean to them? What is it going to give to them? Why are we better than what they're currently getting right now? We need to create questions around their value and create a desire back to have the value that we offer them. So we need to move from cost to value. The second one we want to deal with is timing, and that's the one that says, "I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until the 12th of never. I'm going to wait till something freezes over. I'm going to wait." And what we have to do when they're telling us they want to wait, we need to create in them some fear and doubt. You know who's really good at this is insurance agents. "Well, you can wait on this, but if you do wait on this, what could happen in the meantime? And the cost it's going to incur for you. Is there really a good reason for waiting? If this is a good decision, then there's no good reason for waiting right now." So we don't want to get caught or allow them to get caught in that waiting game. So we need to help them understand the penalties that they might pay also from waiting. Will costs go up? Will raw materials rise? Will shipping go up? Is there a reason why if they do it right now, they're going to get a better deal, and that deal will go away if they lose it? And we run into that in sales all the time. Buy today and you will get something. If you wait, you're going to lose it. So we want to create that sense of urgency to overcome the timing issue. The third one that we deal with is passing the buck. Now, we get the passing the buck, well, I need to talk to my boss or I need to talk to the committee in order to make this decision. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, did we at the beginning of this whole process find out if they were the one who could really make the decision? A very simple question that I like to ask early in the sales process is, in addition to you, who else is going to be part of the decision? And if they say, "No, it's only me," then you need to hold them to that later. Now, we can ask that question sometimes and still find out that they're going to need to check with someone else. But if they do, you need to do your work to try and get that name and then also see if you can talk to that person. Don't let your sale, don't let your success be reliant on that person you spoke to being able to transmit the information to their boss, and really give them the information that they need and overcome their objections. The fourth one that we want to deal with then is, well, I'm really satisfied with what I'm doing right now. Do you think really that they would have gone through all the time it takes to do this whole process if they were really satisfied? They're not going to allow themselves to go through this whole sales process. Now, you might get that early on in a conversation. Well, I don't really see a need, and then we can deal with it. But if you're getting I'm satisfied at the end of this, they're just plain lying to you, because they wouldn't have gone through this whole proposal or quote process or whatever process you go through and then said, well, I'm really satisfied with what I've done or what we've been doing. Did you really find out what their pain is? Did you ask good questions to find out their pain? If you know what the pain points are, you need to reintroduce them at that point. How do we wrap all this up then, and what do we deal with? We don't overcome objections, we deal with objections. We have the conversation with the client and help them understand that their reason for not moving forward is really not a good reason. Take your time, do what you need to do in sales, and you'll have the sales success that you deserve.